Hi everyone, it's Storytime with Jocelyn, and today we've got a lot. I'm going to be reading a story from Jocelyn's Richard Scarry collection called The Bunny Book. We're also going to be answering a question in my questions book about bunnies, and we've got an Aesop Fable about bunnies. So we're on the bunnies side today. So let us begin. Like I said, we're going to be reading a story from Richard Scarry's collection of books, storybook collection, and it is by Patricia Scarry. We're going to be reading The Bunny Book. So let us begin. Jocelyn, you ready? Jocelyn's got her hoodie on today. All right. The Bunny Book. The daddy bunny tossed his baby in the air. What will our baby be when he grows up? Asked the daddy bunny. Baby bunny sat in his basket and smiled at his bunny family. He knew what he would be. Maybe he will be a nice little mailman who will bring a letter to every house and make the neighbors happy, said Daddy Bunny. A hungry little bunny cousin wished that the baby would have a candy store. He could make lollipops with funny faces and give them to all the good children, wished the hungry little bunny cousin. Great Uncle Bunny wanted the baby to be an engineer on a big train. He would bring the bell and ring it when he was ready to start the train and blow his horn, toot toot, in the tunnels, Jocelyn, said the great Uncle Bunny. But the baby bunny did not want to be a mailman or a candy man or an engineer on a big train when he grew up. He nibbled on his carrot and looked wise. He knew what he wanted to be. I think our baby bunny should be an airline pilot, said the little bunny's sister. What fun to jump out of his plane in a parachute. Maybe he will be a fireman, said Great Aunt Bunny. He could drive a big truck to all the fires. He may grow up to be a farmer with a fine red tractor, said Uncle Bunny. But the baby bunny did not want to be a fireman or an airplane pilot or a farmer with a big red tractor when he grew up. He bounced on his daddy's knee and he laughed. Hee hee hee! Can you guess what he will be? He will have lots of little bunny children to feed when they are hungry. He will read them a story when they are sleepy and tuck them into bed at night. And Jocelyn, that is what the baby bunny will grow up to be. Do you know what that is? I know! A daddy rabbit. And that's the story of the bunny and the bunny family. And we read that from Richard Scarry's best storybook ever. And I thought I'd read a little Aesop Fable, I haven't done that in a while, about bunnies, or in this case, hares. Do y'all know what the difference of a bunny and a hare is? Look that up. Use Google. So let us begin with the Aesop Fable called The Hares and the Frogs. The hares once took serious counsel among themselves whether death itself would not be better than their wretched lot. What a sad slate is ours, they said. Oh, what a state, they said, never to eat in comfort, always to sleep in fear, to be startled by a shadow, and to fly with a beating heart at the rustling of the leaves. Better death by far, and off they went accordingly to drown themselves in a neighboring lake. Some scorns of frogs who were enjoying the moonlight on the bank, scared at the approach of the hares, jumped into the water. The splash awoke fresh fears in the beasts of the timid hares, and they came to a full stop in their fright. One wise old fellow among them cried, "Hold, brothers! See, weak and fearful as we are, being exists that are more weak and fearful still. Why then should we seek to die? Let us rather make the best of our lot, such as it is." And the moral is, there is always some whose station is worse than your own. Remember, sometimes we may feel like we deserve better in this life. We want more. But remember, there's someone out there, there's more deserving, and that it needs it more. All right. Now, I have found a cool question in my questions and answers book that I've had a really long time, if you remember in a previous video. And we're going to answer the question about why do rabbits have large ears? So let's find out about rabbit ears. Rabbits are timid animals with many enemies and rely on their large ears to warn them of the sound of approaching danger. Their ears act, Jocelyn, like an old-fashioned ear trumpets. I know. The large area catches a great many sound waves and channels them into the rabbit's inner ear. Wild rabbits spend most of the day underground, usually coming out to feed between dusk and dawn. They're continually on the alert, and their long ears twitching and moving around to pick up the faintest sound from an enemy. They also have a keen sense of smell. Long back legs give rabbits speed, but they are virtually defensiveless and in fact often seem to be hypnotized by approaching predators. When this happens, they crouch squealing and make no attempt to run away. Only their extraordinary fertility has enabled them to survive the onslaughts of foxes, badgers, wild cats, martens and stoats and weasels and polecats, dogs, man, and disease. The rabbit's close relative, the hare, we just read a story, has even longer ears. It too relies upon its active hearing and sense of smell for warning. But it stands a good chance of escaping an enemy because its powerful hind quarters and unusually long black back legs enable it to travel to an estimated speed of, 40 miles per hour. Wow. A racing greyhound will gain on it eventually, but only after a long run when the hare begins to tire. Now, I know, Jocelyn. Now, one of Jocelyn's favorite fables from Aesop is The Tortoise and the Hare. So if you get a chance, read that one. All right, I hope y'all had a good time today in our story time and learning about bunnies and hares and rabbits, all the same species, but different types, and they're so much fun. Next week, we're going to have a special edition on Tuesday about Jocelyn and going to school. Yes, she goes to school, and this year is her last. So she's going to talk about Well, we are together going to talk about the school that she's been going to since she was 4 years old. And we're going to read a story about the history of when special needs children could not even attend public school. So it's going to be really cool. And we're going to be able to share it with her school and all the people that work there and go there. We're so excited about that. That will be on Tuesday. And Friday, or maybe Thursday, I haven't decided yet, we're going to post a story about giving thanks for Thanksgiving. And it is a very pretty story that I've been holding for a while. And it was one of my favorites when I was growing up. And it's by Shel Silverstein, and it's called The Giving Tree. So join us next week, either Thursday or Friday. Haven't decided yet. And don't forget our special edition on Jocelyn and her school on Tuesday. Have a blessed week. And a happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you or hear from you then. And be thanks to God for all his blessings.